China has been reoptimizing its forces for great power competition and to prevail against the U.S. and the Western Pacific for over 20 years. We must do the same. China has been building a military capability specifically designed to achieve their national goals and to do so even if opposed by the United States.
Over the past several months, Department of the Air Force senior leaders have outlined a compelling case for why we need to accelerate change to meet the needs of great power competition. During the Air and Space Forces Association's Warfare Symposium in February 2024, Secretary Kendall and Air Force Chief of Staff General Alvin announced 24 sweeping changes to reoptimize our processes. This reoptimization aims to meet the challenges of a changing threat environment, keep the force competitive, and enact urgent change. Hello, I'm Lieutenant General Donna Shipton, Commander of the Air Force Lifecycle Management Center, and I want to walk you through the impacts of reoptimization on our center. Those of us contributing to the Air Force Lifecycle Management Center's mission and our industry partners are about to face a very exciting and challenging time. We get to make our part of this reoptimization happen. And to make it work, we all need to understand our individual roles and the overall purpose of this major change within the center. At the Air Force level, there are 4 cornerstones to this reoptimization effort, including how we develop our people, how we generate readiness, how we project power, and how we develop capabilities. Most of the work impacting us as a center will revolve around developing capabilities. We will continue our mission to organize, train, and equip, but some of our directorates will change, allowing us to eliminate silos and collaborate more effectively. We will continue to deliver combat-effective, agile, and adaptive air power at scale. Secretary Kendall described why we need to adapt to the pacing challenges now and into the future.
The Air Force and Space Force are incredibly capable, but we need to reoptimize the department for greater power projection and for great power competition. The war we need to be most ready for, if we want to optimize our readiness to deter or respond to the pacing challenge, is not the type of conflict we have been focused on for many years.
There are many changes that will occur across our Air Force, but over the next few years, I want to focus on the changes we will make across our center. Of the 4 major GPC decisions that will affect Air Force Materiel Command, 3 will directly impact our center: the creation of 2 new system centers and the stand-up of the Integrated Development Office, or IDO. The new system centers will integrate cross-portfolio capabilities that benefit the whole of our Air Force and are no longer program or center-centric. This supports the command's new structure, enabling us to provide a cost-effective pipeline of competitive warfighting capabilities in partnership with the operational community. Next year, the Lifecycle Management Center will become the Air Force Air Dominance System Center, or Air Force ADSC. ADSC will remain part of Air Force Materiel Command, and Wright-Patterson Air Force Base will remain our center's headquarters location. We will still be in charge of the acquisition and product support of our aircraft and conventional weapon systems, but the current directorates that focus on C2 and cyber will become the Air Force Information Dominance System Center, or Air Force IDSC. Our success in today's environment will depend on our ability to integrate, and that is the #1 reason we are doing this reoptimization. Interoperability and alignment can only further enhance our mission.
The near-term part on the readiness, it's about making sure the way that we have our forces aligned, the way that we have our wings structured, the way that we have our training done, makes us more ready for the type of combat we may have to face with a great power competitor versus what we've been doing in countering violent extremism for the last 20 years. The other part, with developing the people and developing the capabilities, won't necessarily help us in the next month or 2 months, but is setting the stage for how we develop the capabilities, the tools of the trade, and the airmen who will use those to make sure we can maintain that competitive advantage. But we have to get it started now if we're going to have this enduring competitive edge.
Maintaining a competitive edge isn't just about staying ahead. It's about doing so with agility, speed, and intelligence. As adversaries evolve their military powers at an unprecedented pace, we will have to integrate horizontally across all weapon systems and MAJCOMs. General Alvin spoke about the importance of aligning our forces in new ways. We will continue to seek ways to partner with the operational community. Honorable Hunter evaluated and approved new alignments of some of our programs, directorates, and program executive officers. There will be some name changes within the organizations that become ADSC. A listing of these 9 PEOs is on the screen. One of the biggest changes within the new system centers is the creation of integrating PEOs. As integrating PEOs, the system center commanders will be responsible for a set of standards and architectures to allow for increased horizontal integration. Each system center commander will also be a PEO. For me, that will be leading the newly formed Combat Readiness Directorate, a merger of some aspects of the Agile Combat Support divisions, plus the Rapid Sustainment Office. I will simultaneously serve as the integrating PEO for Enterprise Product Support, Kinetic Fires, and Combat Logistics. Some other directorate changes of note are the separation of mobility and training into 2 individual directorates, and refocusing propulsion on increasing systems integration while not losing sight of individual platforms. The digital PEOs that are currently part of the Air Force Lifecycle Management Center will become part of the Information Dominance System Center. The placement of the IDSC headquarters will be determined through the formal Air Force basing process. Focusing on information dominance, the Command, Control, Communications, Intelligence, and Networks Directorate will become Cyber and Networks. Digital will become Electronic Systems. Business and Enterprise Systems will remain the same, but move to this organization. The IDSC Commander will also serve as the DAF PEO C3BM and as the integrating PEO for C2 and non-kinetic fires. The stand-up of the 2 system centers, ADSC and IDSC, covers the first 2 GPC decisions affecting the center. Their Integrated Development Office, or IDO, is the third. The IDO will support early capability development while balancing technological opportunities and risk. The IDO will work with the system centers to ensure continuous pipelines of competitive technology development and architecture integration that the PEOs and the integrating PEOs respectively will manage. Finally, a note for our industry partners. We expect our current partnerships to remain strong and to continue to grow. We look forward to working with business leaders to develop strategies to maintain American air and information dominance, supply chain security, human capital talent management, integrated weapon systems, and so much more. Our refocus of programs and people isn't indicative of scaled-back business opportunities. If anything, there are the potential opportunities for growth across the entire Air Force. To the uniformed and civilian airmen of the Air Force Lifecycle Management Center, our contractors, and the Defense Industrial Base, thank you for being here, and thank you for all that you do to support our great nation during this time of consequence.